Hello everyone and warm welcome. My name is Malin Svarts and I'm Senior Vice President of Brand Communication and Marketing here at Volvo Penta. And we will start this session with a short introduction to the people that are part of this call. So I will start by handing over to you, Helene.
Hello everyone. My name is Helen Mellqvist. I'm the CEO and President of Volvo Penta. And leave it over to Jan Olof in Norway.
Yes, my name is Jan Olav Willums. I'm the founder of ZEM and sit here with my colleagues, excited to be working with you together.
And I'm Egil Mollestad. I'm the CEO of ZEM.
And finally, Peter.
Hello, everyone. My name is Peter Granqvist. I'm the CTO and Senior Vice President of Volvo Penta.
So thank you so much and welcome everyone. Today we have some very exciting news to share with you about a new acquisition. We aim for this powerful collaboration to be an enabler for the next step in the development of electromobility for the marine industry. But before we jump into this story, maybe Helene, can you share some background to why we within Volvo Penta have this accelerated focus on sustainability?
I think we're on a journey in the entire society together. And as part of that, the Volvo Group actually adhered to the Paris Agreement during last autumn. And as we are part of the Volvo Group, Volvo Penta is also committed to the science-based target to deliver. That means that we will in 2050 be a zero emission company. I think we have had this a long time in our vision, which is to be the world leader in sustainable power solutions. But I think now we are accelerating. We are doing this in three different ways. It's electromobility, which is an important part of this. And of course, battery solutions, but also fuel cell solutions are part of that. The combustion engine will be there and we will use other type of fuels in that as we go forward. But it's not only about technology solutions. It's also about collaborations together with customers to secure their success. It's also with the society and also with other stakeholders. So that is really why collaboration is a key word in order to be successful in that. Now, I'm very happy today to be here and then start off this collaboration with ZEM from Norway, then in the marine commercial area. So Malin, back to you.
Thank you so much, Helene. And it is very exciting time for the marine industry. And we talk about that the collaboration is key when it comes to the development of new technology. And this is very, very vital. So Peter, can you share briefly about what we are announcing today?
We are extremely excited to announce that Volvo Penta is now expanding its capabilities, experience and range through an exciting new acquisition of the Norwegian company ZEM. As companies, we both have an array of knowledge, experience and expertise. And Volvo Penta will support ZEM's growth through an established network, while ZEM has a lot of experience that will help us accelerate in new technology areas, predominantly electromobility. This will really help us jointly move forward and take on the journey in the marine electromobility area.
I'm interested also, Jan Olof, what does this acquisition mean for you at ZEM?
Well, I think that, Malin, that Helena put it very nicely. There is a global trend of moving towards electrification and zero emission. We are in Norway, and Norway is already one of the leading EV nations in the world. And the same trend is also, we see also here on the Nordic scene on the marine side. We see it also as a global social development, not only as a technology development. We believe that it makes business sense to do it, but it also makes social sense. We are pioneers and we love to be pioneers. We have, since the last 12 years, started working on electrification, first on offshore supply vessels, then on the ferries, and lately also on a number of activities, specifically in the aquaculture or fish farming area, where we are the leader. But we've also been pioneers in having the world's first free-fall electric lifeboats, which sit down on platforms, but also the pioneering carbon fiber vessels, which are the vision of the fjords, and also the world's very fastest catamaran, the Rüger Electra. Those are all systems which we have developed and put together, and we are used to follow project until the very last moment when the ships are off the ground. Altogether, we have already developed a system for 35 vessels the last few years, and we see that there is a growing market. That's why the cooperation with Volvo Penta is perfect for us. You have a global market outreach, and we love to work on that. At the same time, we have the same key objectives, reducing the total cost of ownership and looking at increasing and improving the safety aspect every step on the way. So those, in that way, we have very similar opportunities and challenges, which we think it's perfect to work with Volvo, who has been a leader in those areas.
Thank you so much. And that brings me nicely to the next point, because we are having opportunities, but we do also have challenges. So what do you see ahead when it comes to electrification in the marine industry? I'm sure everyone has a lot of insights here, but I think we start with you, Peter.
A lot of opportunities and also challenges. So there is a very strong trend in society towards sustainable solution, and this really fits our vision perfectly. Electrification is one of the absolute key enablers, and in the past years, the base technology has been significantly maturing. For several years, we have been testing and exploring concepts both at land and at sea within Volvo Penta. Some of you may have seen the collaboration with the Rosenbauer fire truck company for our on-road, and we have already seen that switching to an electric driveline there creates a lot of opportunities for rethinking the entire vehicle. And we can see that electrification changed the design of the vessels themselves for the future also in the marine area. But the benefits actually go beyond the sustainability. It also has the opportunities to extend into comfort through reduced noise or vibrations. And it can also lead more sustainable working environment at sea. So we need to learn more about how new customers are working and to see the increased benefits that the electrification can bring. And this we will take on jointly. And so far from our own proof of concept at sea, we have learned that we need to adjust quite a lot, and more than we maybe anticipated from the beginning in terms of the technology solutions, adapting things from on-road and use it for marine applications. And to develop a viable solution for this, you first need a very deep understanding of the marine environment and its specific prerequisites. And this is really something we have in the Volvo Penta DNA. You also need to have the ability to analyze the different needs of marine applications. And we work both in leisure and in commercial. And there will be needs that are significantly different when you compare a leisure boat with a passenger ferry, for example. Hence, the electrification trend drives a much more bespoke approach to the systemization and the system development. And the solutions need also in marine commercial specifically to be certified and optimized for the marine use. And here we really see a key strength in ZEM, which has this in-depth competence, being a pioneer, having the proven success in marine electrification in the market. And this is really one of the key reasons that we have taken this step to make an acquisition of ZEM.
So thank you so much, Peter. And I am sure that Egil and Jan-Olof is sharing your thoughts since we are here together in this collaboration. But I'm still interested in where do you see challenges and benefits of the marine electrification?
As Peter has highlighted, the world around us is evolving. There is a strong trend towards sustainable solutions, and we must work together to accelerate focus on zero-emission solutions. Although the maritime sector contributes to greenhouse gas emissions, there is a huge potential for the reduction of these emissions through electrification of coastal and inland shipping. For shorter distances, battery-powered vessels work well with today's technology. For longer distances, hybrid electric vessels can play a significant role. The hybrids can be in combination of diesel engines and batteries or fuel cells and batteries. The benefits are lower emissions, reduced noise, vibration, and smoke. The main challenge today is limitations in the batteries. Large battery systems are needed for longer voyages, and such batteries are both heavy, big, and expensive. Currently, only ships covering shorter distances and applications where the ship has limited power consumption and time windows are candidates for pure battery power. For the electrification shift to gain increased traction in the maritime commercial industry, it's not just about benefit for the operators. Policy changes are also required, influencing various parts of our customer base and the speed of adoption of different technologies. I think here at ZEM, we are good at and have a good overview of how electrification is developing on land, at sea, and in the policy. Our core team has been involved in electromobility since 1993. Over that time, we have seen a huge shift in behavior and demand within both the land and maritime industry. There will be different zero and low emission solutions in parallel for the future, we believe.
I think that gives us a clear overview of ZEM AS journey within the electrification sphere and your deep understanding and commitment to resolving the challenges the marine industry faces when it comes to electromobility. Peter, your reflections on this?
Thank you, Malin. Firstly, I fully agree with Egil that we will see a lot of different zero and low emission solutions evolving and coming into the industry in parallel. And there is a very big transformation happening across the world and across different industries. And it will not be just one silver bullet that can solve all of this in one go. We will see different maturity levels across society at large, influencing parts of our customer base and accelerated adoption of different technologies. And really here, collaboration is necessary to capture these opportunities across the industry. And together we are and will be on a learning journey where proof of concepts we have done so far has been invaluable for us to really understand and how we should adjust the requirements and build our serial applications for electromobility on land and at sea. And I think also hearing from ZEM today, you can see why they are such a good fit for Volvo Penta and why it is such a crucial time right now to push the focus onto the power of electromobility and driving this conversation, both from a societal and a political standpoint. I think Egil also mentioned before that for the electrification shift to gain increased traction, policy changes are required. And from a policy perspective, marine is less mature so far than the on land, and there is an opportunity for decision makers to speed up. And we can imagine that incentives will be of help here, where we have started to see this already for off-road use, just as there has been for cars and automotive for quite some time. And it's coming for some commercial vessels already. But hand in hand with this, we see the need of increased charging infrastructure. That will be really, really important. So our long-term journey is to become a serial supplier, developing fully integrated systems with a similar approach as we are doing with today's technology, and we provide for the use at sea. However, the process to reach to this aim will be different compared to today's approach, and it requires a new way of working where collaboration and a stepwise approach will be key. And as you can see, there is a lot of things to consider and to work on. And we have already today an integrated helm to prop strategy, full systems approach, and we combine this with a very strong network. And by adding ZEM as a piece of this puzzle, there's competence and strength in electrification. We will be able to deliver unique electric solutions to the marine industry. And I can only say that it's extremely exciting times now when we can join forces like this. I think it's fantastic.
Yes, absolutely. There are many challenges, but also many opportunities. And as a company, we're always looking at solutions that look at the total picture. We trying to find out what do we do with which battery type, which kind of systems, and so on. And sometimes it might be hydrogen combinations, sometimes it might be others. We always see what is best for the customers to reach, to satisfy his very specific and customized solutions. In all the project, safety is extremely important for us. And we are at the headquarters of our offices are at the same building as the headquarters of the Norske Veritas, DNV. And we have, since the very beginning, had many dialogues, discussion over what is the safety aspects, how can we improve it? And we have been advisor to developing the new rules and so on. And I think the combination of understanding new batteries technology and the impact on electromobility shift in the marine sector in that setting is very important. We see that over the last 12 years, the development and the pricing of technology and the cost of batteries have changed radically. When I started the company 13 years ago, and compared to today, the prices have dropped by 75%. That gives incredible good opportunities for completely new applications. And we try to see where in the marine sector can we find such applications. We partner in Europe with various consortia on the battery side, and looking also at recyclability and new technologies on those aspects. And we're ensuring that sustainable battery supply is also a critical factor. We need to be independent and be sure that we always get the right technology, the right resources. From that point of view, it's very exciting for us to work with a global organization like Volvo Penta, which has a very strong R&D department and very focused on always being ahead of new technology. So that's why we look very much forward to this technical and commercial cooperation.
Thank you, both of you. Having sustainability at the core of my heart, it really, I'm really happy to see that we have so many opportunities going forward. And I can say that it's a really exciting time for the whole marine industry and the technology shift that we are going through right now. Gives us hope for the future. I am curious to hear if we have any final reflections from Helene and Jan-Olof before we close the call. Helene, do you want to start?
Yes, I can start. I must say that I find this extremely inspiring for us at Volvo Penta, but also for the entire society and our customers as well. I mean, this will be a true catalyst for us in our offers to, in particular now when we start with the marine commercial, but also then exploring from that. And I think we will have a complete solution with the ZEM solutions and also with the Volvo Penta solutions. I'm just happy to have made this acquisition, and I'm looking forward to a very good collaboration.
Yes, as mentioned, we are very excited about being part of the Volvo Penta group and the Volvo Group in general. The support of your global network is for us very important to expand our ideas, our solutions much more broadly. It's a winning combination of competence and from our side, competence on the understanding of electromobility from the Volvo Group and the global outreach which Volvo Penta has. Our two companies are aligned on such key issues like safety and sustainability, and we at the same time we both have this Scandinavian pioneering spirit and entrepreneurship.
Yeah, thank you so much. That is the true spirit, the pioneering spirit for the future. I think it's been really enjoyable talking to all of you around the call. I would like to thank you so much for participating, and I would also like to thank everyone for listening. And we are really curious to continue the dialogue and hear from all of you in the future, because as we have said a couple of times, collaboration is king, and we need to do this together, all of you. So thank you so much for listening and viewing, and have a good day.